And here on DawgNation, happy to welcome in Georgia cornerback Daylen Everette here live from SEC Media Days. And Daylen, we appreciate you spending some time with us. How has it been thus far? We talk about this sometimes with our audience. To be on the side of all the mics in your face, the cameras there, and all of the attention that comes with that, I'm sure it probably can at times feel a little bit weird. What's your experience been like today?
It's really been fun. It's definitely a fun experience. I'm just really grateful just to be here. Just being picked to represent Georgia, it's just a truly an honor. So,
well, that's the point that I think we were also kind of making too, because those of us who are in the media and fans kind of like this do this too, is we're always trying to guess certain things, and there was some guessing going on of, I wonder who will come with Georgia to media days. And obviously you were one of the names that a lot of people, including myself, we were sort of guessing would be a real strong possibility. Like, how much of you used the word honor, like how proud are you that, hey, this is the leadership position that I'm in, and this is the thing that, I'm sort of, the kind of spotlight that I'm in this year, and that my coaching staff trusts me to be one of the guys here. Like, how special is that for you?
No, it's definitely special. I just truly appreciate just them seeing that in me, just to be able to represent the Dawgs the right way and stuff. So,
well, obviously one of the things we have such fond memories for you about last year was that SEC championship game, your performance in that game. Obviously a big reason why Georgia won the game. You were honored as MVP. And when you look back on that moment, both in terms of, I guess, first of all, how much fun was it to be a part of kind of a second win against, Texas that season, and having such a role in that game? How special was that for you?
It was real special, just because you win the SEC championship, that's always like a great thing to accomplish. But, just the type of people I had around me, like my teammates and stuff, like the fact that we got that done, it was just amazing. It was just a great experience. So.
And so for me, and I'm saying this from the person as a person who's a Georgia fan, speaking to Georgia fans every day, yeah. What I loved about the end of that game is I felt like the celebration sort of felt like some of the stuff from previous years, whether it be like a national championship game or something like that. When the confetti's coming down and you guys are on the field, to me, and the SEC, winning the SEC is always a big deal, of course.
Yeah.
But to me, the kind of celebration, been a hard season, challenging schedule, big-time opponent, all of that kind of added to overcoming the Carson injury during the game. All of that, I think, really added to a celebration that felt even more so than the typical SEC championship celebration. Did you kind of get that same sense?
Yeah, for sure. Just because, like you said, we went through a lot of adversity that year. And then even in that game, and the fact that we kept persevering and just kept pushing through and accomplished that, it was just a great feeling. So it hit a little different.
So as a leader on this team right now, how do you think that you and the other guys will have this responsibility? How do you take the vibe from that and kind of bring that into 2025? Obviously, each season's its own thing,
yeah.
But kind of picking up on a good moment like that to say, hey, we want even more of that here this upcoming season. What's that like for you in kind of the leadership role you find yourself in right now?
Really just knowing, the guys that got to experience that, just kind of reiterating it to the team, if you remember how good that feeling was, that's what we're working to get back to that and even accomplish more. Because even though, winning the SEC, that's such a great thing to do, but, it's not really the end game, end goal. The end goal is always to win the national championship. So just to keep pushing and just to get there. So.
The guy that you're working with every day in practice, Dante Williams, is a guy that I think that Georgia fans are becoming more acquainted with. As someone who sort of sees him getting hands-on with you during practice, what have you seen about Coach Williams, and what can you kind of explain your relationship with him is like for Georgia fans who are probably still kind of getting to know him a little bit?
Yeah, me and Dante, we probably like this. That's my guy. Sometimes it won't even be football stuff. I'll probably just if I'm not doing anything, I'll sit in his office. We'll just talk for a couple hours and stuff. Sometimes I'll watch his dog if he's out of town. It's just stuff like that make me and him so close. And how he coaches. He coaches from he's very technical, so he tries to make sure everything. You're doing everything the right way, and even if you do another thing I really do if there's a situation where you would make a play, instead of just saying okay, all the technical stuff out the way, at the end of the day you still made the play, he's still gonna tell you where you messed up. He was even though you made the play, you still need to do this better, you need to do this better, and that's something that like really like about him, because he always was like, at the end of the day, he always wants you to get better, no matter how you did.
So you're doing some dog sitting on the side then? That may be like a little bit of a side hustle business or something like that.
I watch a lot of my teammates' dogs.
Is that right?
Yeah, because me personally, I want my own dog, but like I sat down with my parents and they were like, it's not really a good idea to have a dog because who's gonna watch them? And I was like, actually, you're right. But then like I go from figuring out who's gonna watch my dog to watching everybody else's dog. So it's like I feel like I could have a dog, but
So there's curiosity at your position, kind of opposite you at the cornerback spot. A couple of young guys kind of waiting the wings, among others. They're obviously a part of that competition. What can you tell us about a guy like Ellis Robinson, DeMello Jones, young guys who sort of want their moment? What's next for them in your mind?
Honestly, just seeing them over the spring and the summer, how like they've all grown. Like they're competing like every day. Like they even push me to get better. Like it's kind of like the end goal, like, or not end goal, but like that's like a big goal for us. Is like at the end of the day, we want to make each other better because like we all can play. So if something was to happen where someone has to step in, like you already know what you're gonna do, and like everyone like knows that you're gonna be able to make those type of plays and like handle yourself. So.
And then a guy that you share the secondary with is getting a lot of attention in this offseason, obviously with good reasons. Tell me about KJ Balden and, knowing that he's kind of the back end of that defense there to kind of help you out, kind of moving into his second year, getting a lot of attention right now. What have you seen from KJ Balden?
I've seen a lot, man. He's such a hard worker. Like, me and we're in the same live group. We try to push each other every day in the weight room, and I just see like the way he works. Like he just has a different mentality that like you want to have on your team. So. Like, I love being around him. I'm just real excited to see what he'll do this season.
I'll finish with this. One of the things that also got attention is because we started our conversation by saying, hey, a lot of people expected Daylen Everette to be with Georgia at SEC Media Days just because of the role that you're in this year. I think there was some surprise, not because it's a bad choice, but just because, Gunnar Stockton's not been officially named Georgia starting quarterback. The fact that Gunnar came here, that was probably a little bit of a bigger headline because that's not something that Kirby Smart's always done.
Yeah.
From your perspective as a teammate of Gunnar, kind of looking on the other side of the ball, what have you seen from him as he gets ready to perhaps ascend to the starting quarterback role? And what is Gunnar's relationship with his teammates like?
Oh, he's close to all his teammates. That's just the type of guy he is. And, like, I know it might be a surprise for people that he's here, but he definitely deserves it. Like, we see, like, every day we see how he works and, like, how far he's, like, grew, like, as a leader and stuff like that. So, like, he definitely deserves to be here, and, like, we're just all proud.
Well, listen, Daylen, we appreciate your time here today. Thank you so much for being a part of this, and
thank you.
Hope the rest of Media Days go smoothly, and we'll see you on the field here very soon.
All right, appreciate it.